Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT, and tonight we're kicking off the Vive Toyota GR86 Cup, a 10-round championship that's all about tight competition, smart strategy, and exciting racing. For the opening round, we're at the iconic Brands Hatch Circuit GP, where morning conditions and overcast skies will test drivers' focus and adaptability. Add to that a fuel cap that forces at least one pit stop during the 40-minute race, and strategy will be just as important as raw pace. For our standings, looking back at our last championship, the Packaging Advanced Simulation Street Stock Cup, we saw Ricky Bunt crowned the series champion, while Ryan Carlson delivered an outstanding win in the final round at Phoenix Raceway. And also on the cards for the championship, thanks to our sponsors Vive, our drivers have the chance to win some amazing prizes with a Vive Cosmos Elite for the series champion and a Vive Cosmos for a lucky draw prize. Let's take a quick look over at the track session, the Brands Hatch Circuit, and then the conditions that the drivers will be facing tonight. And then while practice is underway, we will head trackside and see how they're faring out there. We do have Ryan Carlson joining us tonight in the commentary box as well. And welcome back to the commentary box, Ryan.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It's definitely good to be back. I've been missing commentating on a heap of this punting action. It'd be great to see tonight.
Definitely. It's going to be some pretty intense racing out there with the 86s. They're a good lot of fun.
Yeah, 100%. They're easy to drive, so you're more focused on actually racing the guy beside you rather than driving the car around. So I feel like the split will be a lot closer time-wise than what we normally see with the hard to drive cars, I should say, like your supercars and GT cars. But I hope that breeds some good racing. We see people going up already, so there's going to be people diving up the inside and using all the runoff tonight, I bet.
Definitely. We got a good amount of drivers loading into the session for the practice at the moment. We've got a few minutes left to go. For all our viewers tuning in, be sure to jump on the streams, chat, say hello. And if you are a newcomer, be sure to hit the follow button as well. So there's going to be plenty of exciting racing over these 10 weeks. And there's a pretty fantastic prize up for grabs for the series winner as well.
What do you got up for grabs this season?
It's a Vive Cosmos Elite VR headset for the series winner.
All right.
Plus also a Vive Cosmos in itself as a lucky draw prize.
Oh, damn, I should be racing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I do have myself a Vive Cosmos. I can vouch for it. It's an amazing piece of gear. And I'm quite jealous myself. I can't try and go for a series win myself and get the Elite.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to commentate for you for one night and run the stream so you could get the lucky door.
That's it. Might be lucky enough. We've got some debut drivers as well. Joshua Houghton. Welcome to the league, Joshua. Best of luck tonight. Currently putting down some pretty good pace as well. 137.468 the time. Seeing some other familiar names down through the list as well. Ben Faulkner, Andrew Rushworth, Clifton making a journey out. So Jeff Arnold, Caleb Dawson back racing with us again. Welcome back. Span, and we got Sebastian Vandel back out on track as well. Some pretty big I ratings out there as well. 6,000 I rating and a 4,500 as well. Cam Hardwick, Andrew O'Leary. Dylan DeBono. Also Seth Herman, we haven't seen for a while as well.
Did you say Josh Horton was the new name for the series?
Yes, yeah, to the League 2 only just approved moments before.
Yeah, right. Well, he's coming on strong, isn't he?
Doing really well just to be straight up time like that. Very bright green car for
Caleb coming up in a
Jacob
fifth.
Tramer. There's practice complete. 10 minutes to get those qualifying times in. There's a huge prize up for grabs like the Vive Cosmos Elite. There's championship points up for grabs. Only 10 minutes of qualifying. It's going to be a pretty tight session to get those times in.
And I'm going to take a punt at this being a drafting game too. These cars don't make a lot of downforce. They make enough, but not enough to make a difference when you're following them. But they make a heap of drags, so the draft's definitely important. Well, on high-speed tracks, this isn't quite a high-speed track, but this front straight, you could probably go in 10th or 2 just by following someone pretty closely on your quick push lap.
Definitely. For viewers that might be aware if I'm actually playing iRacing themselves, there's been new additions with marbles being spewed out all across the track now, so with rejoins and off and cut tracks, it just adds a whole new depth to the title now. Just coming down into the braking zones, you're going to overshoot marks, you're going to slip at different spots, and it causes all sorts of havoc. It's going to make it very interesting with these cars.
And the dirt actually stays on the tyres and makes a lasting grip effect for a good while after you actually go off track too. So if you drag it back on, it's not only affecting the guys behind you, it's affecting you as well. Which is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Cool is it? Oh, there we go. There's going to be some marbles there. We can see it's
there we go.
Thrown across. And I do quite love the sound of it just coming off the bonnet of the car as rocks are being thrown at you as well. Jump on board for a lap around the drivers as well. We got that might be pretty close to starting a lap. Jeff Arnold might jump on board with Jeff Arnold.
Would you like me to talk it through again?
Yeah, go for him.
Right, yeah, it looks like he's going to break about the 100 metre mark. I can't really hear anything that's going on, so I'm just going to take a punt. Turn it in and get on throttle as early as you can so you can run it right across to the exit of the curbing there, which you didn't quite do. But break at the 50 board. Nice. Keep it close to the curb, get on throttle as quick as you can, run it to the outside, and then get to the other side of the track and make sure you can open up the run into this corner as much as you can. Get a little bit of the runoff and then all the runoff on the exit. I should say a little bit of the runoff on the entry and then all the runoff on the exit. You're coming up here and you're braking just at the curbing there and trying to late apex it, spin it around, and make sure you try and correct it and go on the Indy circuit.
He gets the old commentator's curse there. We do apologise, Jeff.
Well, if he's good enough, he can make up even spots on the start anyway. Is it standing start on this one or
it
rolling?
It's a grid start.
My favourite.
I love these couple of fast right-handers. You can still hear him clearing out the gravel on that, so not able to capitalise fully on the track length there. Much nicer on that second right-hander.
Sometimes I have noticed that if you just clip a little bit of grass, there's a bit of a bug where the sound effects just lingers, and if you don't go off track, it can linger and linger and linger for a lap until you do go off track to reset, and it'll go away. So I was driving touring cars, like your TCR cars at Knock Hill a couple of weeks ago and had them there, and what is this? But had no idea what was happening, and then I just punted it straight off the track into the gravel and put a heap on, put a heap of gravel on the track during to the exit one of the fast corners, and the sound went away. I went, okay, that's something they may need to look at some point, but that's hardly the most important thing that they need to focus on at the moment. The iRacing developers, that is. So I think I'll let that one slide if they focus on the more important ones.
Yes, definitely.
So who we got there? Number 17, Phil Buckland's got a heap of green seconds, heap of personal bests. He looks like he's going to go better. Lifetime he didn't update. That is because none of us working. Hang on, let me refresh my feed.
No time on the board yet for Buckland Ivor, so this will be a good lap for him then. Ben Faulkner doing incredibly well. 137.5. 3/10 away is Joshua Howard. Looks like team members as well. Matching cars in the front.
Well, I'm hoping this isn't going to be the case, and I know we're in the very first qualifying session of the season, but here's a hope it's not one team dominating the whole 86 display this year. I wonder if these guys are Scops races, like Scop supports races.
Could be. Just the between Faulkner and Horton themselves, cumulatively their iRacing is what? 10,800?
Oh.
There's some fair bit of I rating.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong.
There's a blink from Trainer.
I've got a question for you. What do you reckon of the look of the new 86 is compared to the old one?
Don't mind it.
Don't mind it? What do you reckon of the old one? You reckon it's better, or these are better?
Probably the older one.
Yeah, I like the old one better too. I get a lot of people calling me crazy for that opinion, but it just seems, well, I get the impression the old one's a bit lighter as well. It's like these new ones look more robust and bulky, which I think the engine makes more power from factory, so I mean it's a good start. I think they're faster.
Much
on
change
track.
to the damage model then.
I was meaning in real life.
Oh, for this, yeah, for the current ones, yeah, they're much prefer
the old
look of those.
Yeah, the old 86s haven't been in iRacing before.
Yes, they haven't, have they?
I do like the Mazdas in iRacing though. Maybe that's what we're thinking of.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking there. There's no real change those times so far. There's still a couple of minutes left.
Caleb Dawson on his first race back, gone up to full 3 in qualifying in a car that he never drives. That's pretty damn good.
Very well.
I sound like I'm hooting him up a lot here. That's because he's a mate and I'm following him, but I don't have any professional bias towards him, I'll say that, only purely personal bias. And you know me, I'm the most personal one.
I think another debut as well, Todd McIntosh. I've ran before and I recognise your name, Todd. I do apologise. But if you are new to the league, welcome aboard and all the best of luck tonight.
We got something with the old Kostecki Chico livery on.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, isn't it?
Wonder what they had for dinner. I'm not big on the old Chico roll, hey. I don't know if that makes me un-Australian. They just can't eat it. Make me feel sick.
They're different. They are different.
Yep. You're not wrong, Norman. I'd definitely prefer to get an old servo hot crumb sausage out of the box.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Dagwood dog is my favourite thing. Going out, going the races and stuff like that, and hill climbs and the
Yeah.
shows, always a dagwood.
Yeah. Bit of tomato sauce on the top.
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfection. We're a professional league here, I swear.
Fu was pushing the car then, trying to get a lot of speed out of it. Right. Livery's out there. So it's 21 times on the board. See 24 in the list. Seth Herman, Andrew Rushworth and Mick Clifton to get times on the board. There's a blink there for Herman. The clock's ran down now. They've only got this lap to do it. Clifton's coming up to the control line now. Been out for 6 laps total. There's a time. That moves up to P9 for Clifton. Rushworth's 3/4 of the way through the lap. All those marbles for the second last corner. Yeah, so it's going to be like that a fair bit throughout the race, that corner, from experience of Brands Hatch. Yeah, we'll rush over there. Simmons just smashing the car in front of Rushworth. Oh, bang!
Make sure no one else gets the qualifying lap
gets it in. He's done. Out of the control line, so you'll be right. Simo's always good for a smash over the line.
I know there's an option to carry up, but I know there's always been an option
through the
to carry
second
out
last
the
corner. The marbles catch him off guard. Unlucky.
I know in like hosted sessions, there's always been an option to carry over marbles across the sessions. You reckon that counts towards dirt and gravel marbles?
It should, yes. If it's not automatically cleaned, yep, there's those options. And the
so essentially what
usage.
they've done here is shot themselves in the foot.
Yes.
Good stuff. It's going to be fun.
It makes it interesting for us to sit back and watch. Might make a big job for incident reviews come afterwards, though. There's a few drivers. This pit lane, there was like some grid start practice going. Coley and Cochrane both waiting to go in, and then we'll be able to check out those qualifying results. It's hanging nicely. Now we'll be able to check out those qualifying results. Qualifying for the Vive Toyota GR86 Cup Round 1 at Brands Hatch Circuit GP. Ben Faulkner takes pole position. And then on the grid for the rest of our drivers then is Joshua Horton, Dylan DeBono, Dan Bartish, Sebastian Vandel, Mark Cochrane, Caleb Dawson, Jacob Trainer, Todd McIntosh, Mick Clifton, Nicholas Martin, Jackson Frewer, Jeff Arnold, Matthew Fu, John Wade, Andrew Rushworth, Andrew O'Leary, Cam Hardwick. And then 19 through to 24, we have Kurt Heath, Brad Hayes, Stephanie Piccoli, Phil Buckland, David Simmons, and Seth Herman. And it's only Seth getting that time in. Luckily for Seth.
I hate to be asking this question while we're live. Is it possible to restart the Discord stream by any chance to try and get a little bit more pixel on it?
Should be able to. No, I'm not a boosted
For those
server.
watching, we're trying something different tonight.
It's trying to limit looking at something different. No, since we don't have boosted servers, that's the max. 720.
Easy. That's right.
I don't know, frames might change things for you. See if that helps.
Definitely changed some. That might be better. Yep. Let me restart that.
The drivers gearing up to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, big loose up for Faulkner. Look at the slide out on that. And still pulls away.
All of them are sliding.
Wow.
Maybe that's the way you got to launch it far out.
Yeah, just absolutely dump that clutch.
That all the time. I know the traffic lights, that definitely doesn't work. A relatively clean start all the way up through the top part of the field though, by the looks. Got a few people falling down a little bit, but nothing major, so it doesn't seem like anyone's spun out. A heap of people going slightly off the track on the exit turn 2.
No reports of contact.
All the runoff. How good is that? Well, no, I mean, not for us, but for them.
Yeah, definitely for them. And that just means we're going to be seeing some probably really tight battling going on.
Especially at Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch is always great for battles. Like, I'm not huge into British Touring Car Championship, but I always love watching the Brands Hatch battle because it's always turning it on. It's so hard to pass, so you're just nudging and nudging and nudging, trying to make them make a mistake. And eventually they do, you can just sneak on by, but then they could cover the inside line, and it's tough. Anyway, I'm rambling. Still a relatively clean start. Well, for even the end of the first lap.
Yeah, definitely. And that's still single order. There's some alongside now. Hayes goes for an inside move. Leary stays wide. Throws up a bit of gravel. Buckland and Heath. Nice and tight. What is it? Varndell didn't make the race start.
Oh, right. Oh, that's interesting.
Not a whole lot of gain going on. Sort of tucking back. Off Buckland.
Yeah, it's slightly less than ideal for old man Phil.
There we go, we got some bunching up going on here for a fight, P7. Jacob Trainer, Mick Clifton, and Todd McIntosh. Oh, look at that launch from Dawson. Throws the car down.
He's definitely a hustler. I know I've talked him up a lot. Oh, yeah, that's not ideal.
I think that's also tangled up with Nicholas Martin. Oh,
yeah, you're not wrong.
The front. Bang.
Boss.
Oh, and a couple more behind
Oh,
as
another
well.
one.
Was that marbling? Oh, so
what did
they'll
say that one time? He's in the fence. Yeah, they're both in the fence. They're all in the fence.
And the separately pirouetting car wasn't even to do with that incident.
Yeah.
It was just something going on. Might have been in some gravel out on track that caught the car off in front. Faulkner's dropped back. I didn't even catch where Faulkner dropped back so far. Must have been a track.
been, but I mean, it must have been a going light because there's no real spot where you can get a slowdown at this track. Unless obviously you take the Indy circuit, but you'll get a bit more of a slowdown if
He
you take
entered
that.
pit lane.
Oh, interesting.
So it must have been jump start.
Oh, could have been. Unless you forgot where the track went.
Take the scenic route. Unfortunate.
Spewing.
That sees Dylan DeBono up front. Horton hadn't dropped back a spot as well.
Missed something there too.
Brad Hayes has just crashed. Dan Barch has just dropped off.
Oh, not the HRT car.
Yeah, I do like seeing HRT stuff on the 86.
The only thing I wish for is that it was red.
Flash of the lights. Cars back, it's Nick Martin. All you can hear is just rabble everywhere. Just a couple of
Oh,
weeks.
he goes for a tide.
Oh, look at that. He's going to cruise through.
Is he going for the switchback? Oh, look at all the gravel flying up. That's amazing. I love it. Didn't quite get enough run to get the switchback on him. He's still right under the wing.
Simmons. Oh,
Whoa,
it's going to be
slippery.
deliverable behind.
Keep your foot in it.
Can't seem to. You just hear out of debris. And Simmons has gone off.
Engine. Wish the
cars
engine
involved
good
there.
guy. Oh,
Kurt Heath involved as well.
is it breach of copyright to call that the factory Toyota entry?
Probably not.
Or is it just good press?
Really good press.
You've got to battle between first and second, and then third and fourth as well. And Caleb Dawson's still hunting in the back. Really hustling car in front. Who's that in front? Mark Cochran.
Mark
Mick
Cochran, yeah.
Well done. I've forgotten everyone's name. The gravel gets me every time, mate. That's so funny. Just looking at something, the only one out of the entire field that hasn't moved any sports, or at least the top 21, is Horton. Horton, is that how you pronounce that? I probably got that wrong here.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Or Houghton. The English language is so stupid.
I think it's American. Horton.
Americans speak English, don't they?
American. Just ask them. That's the same with us too. We don't speak English. It's Aussie.
It's more illiterate than Aussie.
There we go. Bit of action down pit straight. Two lining up for moves. Oh, there's a spin.
Ooh.
Off through.
Didn't quite work out.
Off through turn 2. Outside. Oh,
Oh
just in
my
front
God.
of Hayes.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
gravel to deal with as well. Great incident avoidance there from Hayes. Oh, and a fight here. John Wade. Jeff Arnold, is it? No, Dan Bartus? Spartus, yep. HRT 86.
Love it. And the chrome on it just looks so good. This is another shot I really like. A lot of people I know say they make it six because everything's going on at once, but just the different lines,
very
like that
wide.
line. You can see he was experimenting with lines just there, but that one didn't quite work out for him. But it's good that he's trying. I like it.
There's a fair few good lines at Brands Hatch as well. It's such a nice little track.
Yeah, but the grass isn't one of those lines.
No.
I've got to learn the colour for the wheels for all the Apex cars.
And they just changed them too.
Oh.
I changed mine as well.
Oh. No, it's a good thing you're not racing every week.
No.
I wonder how many people are
closing in on DeBono.
And this is where the racecraft skill comes in. You got to know when you can defend and when you don't have to. Because as soon as you start defending, you start to slow everything up. And you give him, number one, more chance to attack, and number two, the guys behind to catch up. A chance for the cars behind to catch up, I should say. So the fact that he hasn't done any defensive lines and he's holding on at the moment is really impressive for a start. But it shows that he's still looking in his mirrors and seeing what the car behind is doing. And he's going, no, I think I've got enough space for this. However, if he keeps looking in his mirrors, I can't see where he's looking, obviously, but if he looks in his mirrors too much and the car behind pulls a feint on him and just pulls out and then back in, he could be looking in his mirrors and miss his brake marker and shoot it off super wide into turn one, and that's also not what you want. It's amazing how many people are picking up the curb and how many people are avoiding it. I wonder which one is actually faster. The turn one curb, that is.
Turn one usually straddling the curb. Just that perspective can really catch you off just depending on the cars as well.
That's a huge gap back to P3 now. Oh,
Yeah.
Dawson's got him. Oh, he missed that.
Oh no! Crossing over.
Oh, Dawson doesn't got him. Oh, we didn't miss
Crash
that.
for Cochrane as well before. Yeah, and there's a tow as well. Fortunate for Cochrane. Yeah. Jump back and catch that pass.
I want to say that was clean, but he
Here we go.
centered very well down
Lining
the
up
inside.
for a turn one pass for race lead. It's going to be hard from the inside. He's going to have to take that position.
He's switching. Nah, he's too far back.
He'll be able to go for a crossover here. It's forced him to the
Yeah, there's some
inside.
fans. If he can
Close
get on
enough to
short
be able
quick
to...
enough, he can make it a dive down the inside here. What he would have had to do was hold it to the inside to give him a little bit less distance to travel, but he didn't quite get there. But he's still attacking. Oh, that was close.
It looked like he was going to touch, but the other camera view wasn't. So it must be a fair bit of a gap in the nose cam. I was like, oh, he's just tagged him. Nowhere near him.
Actually, you're probably right, because I remember I've looked at a lot of NASCAR replays before as I've been driving. I go onto nose cam and I noticed I should say the tail cam, and I noticed my nose always disappears inside their car when I'm driving, so it's probably right, just makes it look cooler. Until obviously they do get that close. You got
Still
McIntosh coming in
towing.
a bit. Taking his fuel stop by the looks. Fairly early on, let's hope he's done it right. I don't know what the fuel distance is for these cars, but I know you capped it, was it 30 litres or 30%?
30%. Should,
So is that still roughly that 50% sort of range?
yeah, they should get around 20-minute mark, I'm assuming. 20, 25. Big change as well, because we did have it, I think. Originally I was planning on doing the cut around the 46%, because that's what we ran last time we used these cars. But it'd been a good 12 months, maybe a bit more. And then just the fuel usage was quite different, so a bigger cap.
Yeah, right.
So a bit of fine tuning really going onto the car over the years.
What are they? A lot more fuel efficient now than they were.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Interesting. I know when I was driving these, the last time I drove these cars, I think was during the OSR Bathurst 6 out, and I just struggled the whole time because it was just the fuel went on for ages. Like it lasted, it would have lasted probably 50 laps if we actually finished, but we just kept crashing because we were just pointing at driving, and we just we just kept losing concentration because there wasn't anything different in the stint. It was going on for so long. I don't know why I started rambling on about that. That's got nothing to do with this. But let's get back to the racing. We've got Caleb Dawson back in P4. I saw that at the top of the leaderboard. I thought that was P1 for a second, but no, I'm just hyping him up for nothing. It's all good.
Faulkner's making a bit of move back up after that drive-through penalty. To be up back up into P3.
Far out.
So it's been some pretty good pace back through the track then.
Makes you
Few
wonder
little guts.
how much practice did these top boys put in? Because I can guarantee most of these guys just jumped in and drove. Because that's all these cars sort of need. But that is beyond impressive to come back from a drive-through and be back in third while being, what's that, 3.3 seconds off the lead.
I know this car's the car of choice for a few names on there. You see in some other leagues and the likes. I was lucky there. Faulkner closing in on this battle that's been going on between Horton and De Bono for quite a while. De Bono's going to go for the outside line. Oh, he's going to feint to the left. No.
He's got him covered.
Wasn't big blocked.
Like, he's...
Holding that inside line.
Yeah, how much of this is team game? I want to say that definitely looked like a mistake there. I feel like I saw a bit of smoke, but I was just thinking these cars have ABS, so maybe it wasn't. But solid defensive driving. Got a bit of a gap.
First
Look
car,
out!
is that Cochrane's car? Just had to back to pits.
Oh,
Just had to go back to pits.
Far out. It's a miracle these
by the
boys.
looks.
It's a miracle De Bono actually avoided him with the velocity that car was going at him.
Super close.
I don't know if you got that joke or not.
No, I didn't.
No. Sorry to anyone out there that's watching that doesn't like dad jokes. I love them, so it's got to be a long broadcast.
If anyone's knows their own, then they're in the thing. They can throw it in the chat.
Give us some dad jokes.
Oh, there we
I saw
go.
Carter
Peel
that.
off to Bono. Probably a good idea because it's a pretty intense fight. An undercut here could definitely play well. With how hard it was to try and get the moves on, might just be losing pace by trying to fight it. Big opportunity now for Horton to try and pull away. And Faulkner can keep pushing that pace that he's then getting down. That previous lap, 37.37. No, 38.35. It's one of the quickest ones out there at the moment by the looks of things.
Ooh, spin.
Best time of 37.37, which is the quickest lap of the race.
17 car, that was Phil Buckland going for a spin, I think. When was the last time you drove these cars out of curiosity? Was it recently?
For myself,
Yeah.
yeah, a bit of testing in it. Get the
What are they
fuel
like
caps.
in cold diet?
Not too bad. Traction
Not too
control and ABS in it's not too bad, so
Do they definitely grip less than what they would at more?
I know I find it a good little cut. Like they're great for drifting. You can look, they can spool
right.
up. They're great for spooling up. A little powerhouse, but not a whole lot of speed. But yeah, amazing little car. Great in the wet.
I was just thinking, if the tyres on them aren't great when they're cold, if people put on new tyres for them, that could possibly also be a disadvantage. Like you wouldn't need to change your tyres.
Yeah, definitely. Just the
they're
time
fairly
itself
hard
probably as well.
compound. Oh yeah, because they'd be 5-star, wouldn't they? They wouldn't be a quick take off and put on. That'd be a killer, that one.
Theory on the
I
jacks.
think he's putting tyres on.
Just
Be
coming
interesting
in
to
now.
see who forgets and who remembers.
It'll definitely cost some positions if they get that wrong. Dylan DeBono rejoins currently in P6 after the pit. 28.88 pit lane time. So no tyres taken, 6.88 seconds for DeBono in the box.
And he's getting held up by which is definitely not what he was hoping for.
Jeff Arnold, yeah. For position P5.
He's going up the inside. But that puts him on a disadvantage for the next corner because it turns into an outside very quickly at the high speed corner, which I suppose isn't much of a disadvantage in these cars because you can carry a heap of speed around the outside, well, a lot more than what you can on the inside anyway.
They can be thrown around a bit more. Executes it well.
Very good.
Try and lose as much time in this, otherwise this undercut's not going to work. Had some pretty quick box times as well. Rushworth hitting lap 12, currently P7. 4.63 box time. 28.88 total pit lane journey. So still slower than DeBono's time. Almost half a second quicker in the box. So heaps of room for error and improvement just in those pits. It's going to be crucial in this race, I think. Sound like a bit of fuel conserving.
Is there any competition safety car during these races?
No, only for significant incident.
Oh, there should be. They're just boxing up heaps. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We got the two Apex cars fighting. That Brad Hayes and Seth Herman.
It is.
Seth Herman,
Link
that's the
from
name I don't really reckon. The name I don't really recognise. Is he new or was he in last season?
Not last season. Hasn't been able to make it for a while.
Yeah.
He did do a show for a while and had to disappear for a bit. Good to see him out there and racing.
Yeah, it definitely is that. Oh. Oh, that was almost a punt and a half.
It's a little close. Oh, it's going to be scary for Hayes if the same blink's occurring for Hayes as well. So they're on chat with each other and know or each other up. Leary hit. No, very long stop. It's been a minute 5. Might be a penalty as well to deal with. It's down off the jacks.
How many fast repairs do you get? Unlimited?
Unlimited.
Hmm.
And there's also pit lane penalties as well. Simmons narrowly avoids. That was tight on the nose.
Oh, that wouldn't have been great for championship if something happened out of that. Far out. That's scary.
Catch where slide was with Simmons.
Back a bit. Oh, look at that expert correction.
Oh.
Just loses it.
So close. Nicely avoided. Faulkner's dropped back a little bit. 26 minutes on the clock. Horton will need to come in for fuel soon.
Yeah, we're at 26 minutes now. I'd be surprised if both these boys come in this lap if they get 25 odd minutes out of it. Ooh. Oh, one of them does. I wonder if that'll be an unsafe entry.
Yeah, Faulkner's not actually got a pit underway. That was the pit penalty at the time I was seeing for Faulkner before.
Yeah. No, I'm just curious if that would actually be an unsafe pit entry.
If he's in the box for a little while, there'll be a 45-second hold. It's a hefty one. It's easy to do too if you get out on that paint mark coming down in.
I know they're
It's
a bit
pretty strict.
There's some tracks that'll allow it, and there's some that will just go, like if you clip the line, they'll go, nah, you're done. It'll definitely be interesting to see. He's still sitting
Still in the box. Yeah, 33 seconds in the box so far.
Unless he's taking tyres as well, because he forgot to unclick him.
Yeah, that could be the case too.
Because he's gone through the pits once, well, you'd think it would have reset if he'd come back out of the pits.
It's around 50 seconds, 47 seconds in the box.
Oh, that's rough.
That was the stop and hold, so it was an unsafe entry. I mean, some big movement here for Jeff Arnold. He's up 10 positions.
Has he stopped?
No stop.
Even Silly's got some good time on the ball.
There's some pretty good pace coming down with the car at the moment as well. Doing his best lap times at the moment, so maybe losing a bit of speed while the car's extra light. Be a little unsettled, especially with the track conditions out there.
Yeah, could be.
Track temp's 23 degrees, that doesn't change, but the amount of marbles out there.
He's in now. So does this mean we'll see Hort come in this lap as well?
Would imagine it'd be pretty close to having to do it. Ooh, that was blinking by, that was Trainer.
Good looking Shannon's car running around.
Your Trainer's car's a nice bright green.
It's got the old Clay Richards look about it.
There's a bit in it.
How much runoff can you actually use on the exit of that corner there?
That corner we saw, you can go out onto the little concrete checks.
So is it like, as long as you don't touch the grass, it's fine?
Yeah, you got to bring it back in for the grass.
Oh, I mean like on the outside, like if you just...
Yeah, you can completely go right past the curb, yeah. Don't know how that corner ever came about with the amount of runoff that's there. Maybe this agent got sick of having to fill it back in with dirt, so they just concreted it for him.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the way it normally happens, but even still at tracks like all Arc that you see, they've got the same runoff on turn 1, but you get an off track if you go over the curb. You don't get a slowdown, but you get an off track. Which is good in Apex because that means you can save all your points to the end, just keep running the exit of the curb.
That's it.
And gaining heaps of speed on the car behind that's trying to drive clean.
And if you don't get those contacts and also controls or any big off tracks, you can afford a few little ones.
Yeah.
Oh, smash into the wall for Heath.
You just go a little bit
Too
wide.
much
No,
pace.
lost it.
Too much pace in the rear. Still on power there too. Oh, just pulls it up, doesn't it? That got lucky. Kind of been trying to bang it down through the gears to get it in reverse. Oh, was looking there stuck. Don't get much luckier than that.
No,
Just comes to a halt and bumps the wall.
Especially at this track with how close the walls are to the track.
Horton's running 31 minutes. Horton did tuck behind in P2 for quite a while without really pushing too much for De Bono. So the other driver currently not having taken fuel is Phil Buckland.
I wonder if he's fuel saving to try
Thursday.
and... No, these cars would be too efficient to try and fuel save to make it in. You wouldn't be able to save nearly as much as what you need, surely.
I don't think it'd be possible. But maybe sitting in a slipstream and not overly pushing the car. Because it sounds like he's clutching it there. Down the hill, through the apex.
Surely he can't make it to the end on these
And
numbers.
push it out with no stop. It's going to be a feat.
Surely.
Eight
When
minutes
these
worth
cars
of
use
fuel.
a litre a lap. Oh man, this would be a Matt Payne type of drive. That's what that would be. You know, did you watch I think it was at Sydney when Matty Payne pitted like 10 laps earlier than everyone else and went on he went on a one stop when everyone else went on a two stop and just held out the tyres and didn't use any of them and tried to make it to the end and he got second.
Yeah, wow. I didn't know that one.
It was leading for, well, after everyone went in the stop, he was leading for ages, but Mostert was pushing, as Mostert does, and he ended up catching him on the second last lap and overtaking him. But, masterful drive.
Master of saving there.
Is Horton in? No, it's just the leaderboard moved down. It's all good. You might have to cut the fuel even further.
Right, if they're doing that, but if they can get home on one and pull it off, they can surely do it. But it's not compulsory. Stops only trying to force, so if it can be done, it can be done. For most here, that have all been in and done their stops.
How much is he losing per lap? Was that 2 seconds in the last lap, or is it a second a lap? That he's lost to De Bono.
Previous lap 140.96. So that gap sitting around 9 seconds. Dropping a bit. Yeah, it's dropping. Definitely conserving going.
Dropping.
Jump on board.
But by how much?
Yeah, you can hear the clutching going on there. It's coasting big. Power back on. Coast. Power on. Can he make it last 5 minutes? That's a lot of pace. Unless he's desperately conserving now to bring it back in. No. Fair dinkum.
Even if he does make it
An
last.
aggressive conserve. So long.
Even if he does make it last, is he able to hold the gap? Is the other question.
Yeah, because you wouldn't think there'd be too much once.
Or blind
You're
pass
not
the
going to have
apex.
anything in the tank if De Bono catches up.
Oh, you're just gonna have to let him pass when you're lifting off. That's the thing.
Revs didn't quite match the gear. And he's been doing this for a while, so it did pick up on it. That sounded like there was a cut in engine power.
Could you imagine if he's just got a button bound on his steering wheel for the ignition, so when he's coming up to a corner, he just flicks the ignition off?
Good, yeah. Oh, actually, no, I think the
No, I wouldn't let him go down
start
gears,
would delay it too much and really put you off. I think it might just be heavy clutch work. So if De Bono's not aware of that, he's surely going to be seeing that gap just dropping super quick. He's just over the course of that lap over the conserving. I think that's about 2.6 that's been lost. Been doing about 38s. Current lap times are 140s for Horton. We're seeing 138s coming down from De Bono, so it's making sense he's going to probably get those 2 seconds per lap. There's 5 on the board.
So that'd make it, what, 3
So I'm
laps
pretty
left
sure,
to go?
yeah, De Bono's going to be on it. Within 2 laps. So it's going to come close. That's going to be a last lap, and it's just going to be how much do you save? Is there going to be enough in there just to be able to put the boot down for that final lap and not let De Bono through?
Oh, big slide.
Oh, he's pushing, he's watching that gap. He's just got to stay focused here and not push too hard. Dawson looking well in P3. Only 2 seconds away from De Bono. Blip, no. Which is a nice sequential.
There can be a debate on the word nice if you don't have to blip. But it's interesting.
It took a bit of getting used to the new supercar, not the blip, tell you that.
Well,
you don't need to now.
You sort of do. Well, you'll still get compression locking. So it is better to blip. Otherwise, it'll wear out the rear tyres, like for a start. I don't like the fact that you don't need to blip to go down the gear. I love the old car. The only thing that I prefer about the old car was how hard it was to downshift. It was a struggle for me to downshift in the old car without using the clutch. So I was one of the few right foot breakers that I know actually still in the supercar because I couldn't get the rev match right when I was left foot braking. But I just feel a sadness inside because you don't have to do that in the new cars. I do anyway, but you don't have to. And it's sad. A minute of silence for the gearbox in the new supercars. That's not silence.
A very long journey for Kurt Heath. 2 minutes, 10 seconds just through the pits. I wonder if that might have been tow.
Yeah, right. Oh, De Bono's got him.
Oh, they've come together.
De Bono hasn't got him. Did he just think he was clear? Oh, no.
Some dirt.
Yeah, that wouldn't have done anything.
Oh,
Oh, I just punted him.
wouldn't have been trying to steal clutch, I would assume. So he stopped to redress that by the looks of that. It's unfortunate for DeBono. Spewing. But then how much fuel's going to be in the tank after an off for Horton? Getting back on track's going to be pretty tough. There's 15 seconds. There's not 15 seconds left in the race. I don't think he can slow up enough to be able to run the clock down. See the checkered flag on it. Might be 3 seconds. He's got Dawson. Oh, he's gone off to the outside. It'll be checkered flag.
No, it's white flag. That's white flag.
It didn't do it. It's look at that. I wonder if that's a new feature. Will Horton have enough in the tank?
Oh, Caleb's off.
Dirty tyres coming down the turn 2.
Oh, what a finish. Using all the road, there's nothing left.
Oh. And that car of Horton's going to be so light, and side by side for DeBono.
Good ride!
DeBono's got the lead on the outside.
Does he hold it around the outside?
Oh, spin for
Horton. Horton's gone.
Well, that car's super light on the inside.
If Caleb can hold it around the outside, he might be able to carry more speed through. Unless he gets punted. He's holding it. Oh, not quite. He's looking.
He had this sort of drop there. It's not one you want to sort of stick side to side. Well, to be too much curb for Dawson. Oh, nearly out in the gap. Yeah.
There's
pushing this car. These 486s here. They're getting thrashed. Trainer towing him behind here as well.
These cars are being treated like they're hire cars.
Oh, yeah.
Forget the Hyundai XL. These are Toyota 86s.
Here we go. Race win for Dylan DeBono. Wow, what a finish. Caleb Dawson, P2. Jacob Trainer, P3, just to come together for a finish like that.
Horton was 12th out of that.
Unfortunate.
Did he have to tow? He's in the pit.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did, because there wouldn't have been a whole lot of fuel left. And then just from the spins, just trying to recover back on track, you're going to use so much more fuel than out there coasting. It's not how I saw the race to go out. This is looking like it's going to be in for a pretty good 10 rounds of racing.
Yeah.
Far out.
Unless these Scops boys have just figured out that fuel saving's not the way to go and they need to be pushing the whole time.
Yeah, I think that might be the case, but it almost worked.
Oh, it did. Oh, spectacular. If he'd spun one more time, he would have crossed the line and got the check-in. Or just held it for, what, 3 more seconds? Because it only crossed to 40 minutes as he got to the line, didn't it?
Yeah, just pretty much. And coming into the last corner, it was only 2 seconds off the clock.
Well, I'm definitely glad I was here watching this tonight and not racing. I'll tell you what, this is fantastic stuff.
That was awesome stuff. I think we're waiting for a couple of drivers to technically cross the line before we can get the results. Oh, there we go. It's done that for us. Take a look at these race results now. What a way to wrap up round 1 of the Vive Toyota GR86 Cup at Brands Hatch Circuit with Caleb Dawson taking the win for round 1. And on the podium in P2 is Jacob Trainer, and in P3 Mick Clifton. And we'll see our drivers setting up to jump over and have a chat.
It'd be nice if they could jump in the waiting room.
Keep an eye out and see if they're too shy.
There we go. We got Caleb.
Yeah, we got Caleb.
Hello.
Hello.
Congrats, Caleb. What a race.
Why am I here?
it kind of just
You're
unfolded
just
not
that
to what we
good.
expected at the end there. It was something different.
Just kind of going around. What happened with the top two guys? What happened there?
Yeah, Dylan DeBono, what's that post-race penalty? Dropped down to 8th.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's why it took a little bit for everyone to figure out who's going to come have a chat.
And Mr. Horton, he didn't actually pit. He was fuel saving the whole time. So you caught him. He was going slowly because he didn't have anything left in the tank because he was clutching it on every corner.
Oh, I was like, has he got damage? What's going on here? And then I kind of went on the inside. I was like, okay, I'm just going to get around him because he's just braking so early. That all makes sense. That's crazy.
I knew someone would try it.
Yeah.
And then you caught up to him because DeBono was trying to make it around him, and he did make it around him, and he got punted by him when he was coasting into the apex. So they both spun around together, and then you got caught in there.
Yeah, I was on 15x, and as soon as I was in the middle of them, I'm like, oh, I need to be careful here.
How'd you rack up the points getting off tracks?
Off tracks, sending it too hard, keeping Jacob behind, to be honest.
Fair enough.
He was scaring me coming close, then coming back, and then coming closer again. It was kind of scary. Stressing.
We got Jacob in here now too. It's a little bit of a mix-up right at the end there, but it was good seeing you all bunch up for that little battle at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was quite fun.
Yeah, and you were closing in pretty quick, seeing DeBono and Horton as well, Jacob.
Yeah, I don't know what happened between those two. I like had my head down and I see like white flag, and then all of a sudden I see Houghton and DeBono's name appear, and they're like 5 seconds up the road and closing. I'm like, huh?
I
What?
didn't say that. I was just focusing the cars in. I'm like, oh, they're just lap cars. Let me pass. They weren't.
Yeah, it's a surprise podium for me. I
Yeah.
thought I was P5.
I think it's a surprise podium for everyone, to be honest with you.
I fully expected Faulkner to just fly away from everyone.
Yeah, the
And
way you're
Houghton.
setting them laps at the end. Karaoke.
Well, he did for a start, and then he got a penalty, and then he, pitted
Yeah, it
and
looked
got a
like
penalty in the pit lane.
false start for the race start. So it came through for drive-through for it, but then came back through and pitting, and it ended up looking like a stop and hold for pit entrance. So a bit costly, but definitely mixed it up for you guys out there. Be able to sneak through a few spots.
Hell yeah.
I'm not complaining.
No.
Jacob could be on my toes. You were stressing me out, just kind of holding it, getting closer, getting a little bit further.
Those last few laps, you were actually I think in the last 2 or 3 laps, you pulled a solid like second or so on me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I'm not catching him. I'm not catching him. I tried everything, but nah, I couldn't keep up.
Sweating too hard.
Man, it
Doesn't
sounds like
help that I
me
have
with
damage.
you, Jacob.
Yeah. It doesn't help that I had damage from a couple laps earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, I
When,
didn't see what
when
happened there, but
spun at
Mark
turn
went out.
two.
Yeah.
How was it out there with the amount of marbles thrown across the track? It looked like it was pretty slippery for a fair few corners.
Yeah,
I
if
didn't
you get
really
out,
notice anything.
if you get offline, you get a bit slippery, but it wasn't too bad.
The only time
Just
really
The tyres were worn out a bit.
The only time I really got out of shape was downshifting a bit too early, or yeah. But I do love the addition. The addition of the marbles is really cool.
It's made it a lot more fun and more interesting as well. I definitely caught a fair few off guard when noticing qualifying. The second last corner, I was catching numerous cars one after the other towards the end, so it's something that everyone's got to definitely make sure they're aware of, otherwise they're going to be having to recover a fair bit.
The incident points, they're a bit high for everyone. I only had 6.
Oh,
I think
Alright.
I had 14.
15.
Yeah, getting close
Yeah,
to a drive-through.
good point, right?
13 for you, Jacob.
Otherwise they could have...
Oh, close enough. I mean,
Yeah.
that final, like, the GP section, the back end of the section, the track is just, it's track limit heaven through there. Jeez.
Yeah,
Just keep it up the
Just a
speed and
slight-
keep it on track.
Yeah.
yeah, bloody good racing, fellas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goes to the race.
I'm just
Looks like it's going to be an
I'm just-
exciting one to watch for the rest of it with the amount of battles that was going on out there and some really quick times as well. And lots of different strategies,
Yeah.
which was really neat. So it'll be interesting
I
to see if
think,
anyone tries aggressive fuel saving next week.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know.
I'd lose way too much time if I fuel saved.
Yeah, yeah.
Not my thing.
Yeah, I thought about it, but then I only put 3 liters in, so I was hoping that was enough, and it was. If there was another lap, I might have been in trouble.
So he needs a quick splash. No tyres, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
No,
No, I only took like 5 liters. It might have just been a bit too much, but I was pretty much like full push, nothing else out there.
I think
Yeah, congrats, fellas. Too good for me.
I don't think anyone will be probably going for fuel saving at Phillip Island next week. It might be a bit too tough to.
Philip, I
Mm.
Conserve
If you're
that much.
training, it'd be alright, but probably not by yourself.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, if you were holding on for a while and on the back of Jacob.
Yeah, I was trying to, but yeah, just couldn't keep it up.
The pits
Too much pain.
I came in here with about 3 laps of practice. So the only practice I had was at Supercars last week.
I'm bloody flying then.
Oh,
Did well then.
Good
Be able to jump in and whip up a podium like that.
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
I went a second faster in the race than I did in quali.
Yeah, I think actually I went about half a second faster in the race too. Yeah, in quali I did a 38.9, in the race I did a 38.4. So, not bad.
So
I hadn't done a 38 until the race.
37 was the fastest in the race.
Yeah, 37.1.
One, yeah.
bloody Ben.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Ben.
from Ben.
I think it was
Very
flying
quick.
towards the end.
Very quick. So it'll be
Yeah, Dan
Interesting
Bartush
for-
and Rushworth catching me at the end there. I was a bit worried.
yeah, not much gap there. 3 seconds.
Yeah, they were coming.
Yeah.
I didn't have much left either. So if
No.
they had got there, they might have got me.
That's where we were discussing just how much was going to be left in the tank with trying to do with no stops out there. Once someone catches up, if there's a couple of laps in it and you only got a lap worth of fuel, you're not going to be able to do much to hold it off. So it's pretty tough.
Yeah, well,
Fellas
these things,
did
you
well
gotta
out there.
keep these things flowing, and you need to keep them full revs or they're just too slow.
Yeah, they're slow to get moving again too, with a bad line or a recovery as well. And
Yeah, that's how Jacob got back past me.
yeah, well, congratulations, guys! Fantastic racing out there.
Thanks,
We
JT.
thoroughly enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
We look forward to
Yeah.
seeing it all again next week. So all the best of luck for you for Phillip Island. Might see you on for a surprise podium again. It's going to be probably pretty close each round, I think.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a surprise one this time.
We're all stumped what was going on.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on.
I thought, after the race, I thought, oh, that's P5. And then I seen it P4. I thought, oh, yeah, P4's good. Then I seen it P3. Ah.
It's even better.
Yes. All right. Thanks, JT.
Yep. All right,
Congrats.
guys.
Jacob,
Congrats.
Caleb, so good.
Yeah, see you,
guys.
mate. Good race,
See you,
man.
fellas.
You didn't do shoutouts.
Oh, we didn't either.
Oh,
Already
well.
gone up. Do apologise to the fellas, I suppose. Confused what's going on. But what a race. Pretty exciting to see. And then a big shuffle right at the finish as well to make it even more interesting. I think we had a pretty good seat tonight.
Oh, so good. I didn't even notice De Bono had dropped down all those, like at
No.
the end. I don't even know what went on. Did he? Maybe he got a.
It would have been
Incidence
incident
penalty.
points, I think, probably in those last laps if there was touches and whatnot. and I'll just add post-race time penalty to it and shove them down the line.
Oh, that sucks.
Very unfortunate to cop the drive-through on the final lap in a battle for the lead.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
shit, not
showing
wrong.
how tight this is going to be when it's coming down to small things like that. You're going to have to be conserving, not only fuel and tyres and the likes, but also incident points to be able to get you through.
Yeah. Yeah, especially these cars where everyone can drive them on the limit, so you have to be right on the limit and driving them flat out to keep the time in it. Otherwise, you'll lose that much, and the other cars, you won't be able to get it back.
It comes down to pure driver skill here for these sorts of cars. It's great to see.
Yeah.
Makes it for
Absolutely.
some exciting times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad to have you back in here again, and look forward to seeing you again next week for it.
I'm glad to be here. Sounds great. We'll see you then.
No worries, mate. Catch you then.
See ya. Thanks heaps.
No worries. And that wraps up round 1 of the Vive Toyota GR86 Cup. That was Ryan Carlson joining us in the commentary box tonight. And a congratulations to Caleb Dawson for taking the win tonight. And then Jacob Trainer and Mick Clifton rounded out the podium after a fantastic race as well. Very exciting to see the big shuffle rounds right at the checkered flag. And then next week, we head to Phillip Island Circuit for round 2. Known for its fast-flowing layout and stunning views, this track will push drivers to their limits again, like we've seen tonight. So you can join us live next week at 8:05 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time for another exciting race. If you haven't already, do make sure to hit the follow button so you can be notified when we go live. You can also catch all the full race broadcasts on our YouTube channel as well as keep up with the standings results on our social media pages. A huge thank you for tuning in, and also to our sponsors and partners: Pegged In Advanced Simulation, Next Level Racing, Vive, Fanatic, Dubby, Stump Grinding Central Coast, Razor, and Chubby Buns Burgers. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and I hope to see you trackside next time. Goodbye for now.